And welcome back. You are looking at the Union 525. It's a massive new entrepreneurial hub in downtown Indianapolis and the host for our Indy Tech Town Hall, powered by Comcast Business. Well, in order for Indianapolis to grow as a tech hub, it needs capital, venture capital. Whether you're an early stage startup in growth mode or scale up mode, VC is the oxygen that really accelerates growth. Despite having the 17th largest state economy, Indiana ranked 27th in VC investment in 2016. What can be done to improve things? For some answers, let's bring in TechPoint President and CEO Mike Langelier and Elevate Ventures Chief Investment Officer Ting Goody. And welcome to the program.
Thanks, Gary.
Thank you, Gary.
Mike, we'll start with you. To kind of set the stage for venture capital in Indiana, but this is an Indy Tech Town Hall, so really focused here. What's the current state of VC?
You have two main types. You have startup or seed investment, which is typically, historically, not only here but around the country, driven mainly by angel investors, so wealthy individuals that are investing into companies, or firms like Elevate Ventures, or a few other VC firms that invest earlier stage as a company's just getting off the ground. And then you have scale-up investment, which is really at the stage where typically it's venture capital firms, so institutional dollars are coming in and investing larger checks into companies that have a product, have early customers, and it's really about scale, and they're typically investing a couple to several to many million at that stage.
Well, I'll talk about that in a minute because I think that's the challenge, but in terms of the startup activity, what are we seeing?
Yeah, I think we're seeing from those different stages, because of the success that we've had in the state, so $7 billion now in acquisitions and IPOs among companies in the tech community, that seeds a whole new tier of angel investors, right?
Because you are participating in a lot of deals. Talk about that deal flow, the activity you're seeing.
From a company standpoint, roughly from 2009 to 2016, we're seeing about 300 leads a year in terms of deal flow activities. This year alone, in the first 5 months, we're seeing that close to 300 new opportunities coming through our door. So that's definitely increase in terms of companies actively out in the marketplace raising capital. Even on the investor side, the emergence of new funds, new angel groups, new family offices, just the last 3 to 5 years, that's particularly encouraging as well.
So it's good. I know Elevate participated with a company that won the pitch competition, right? The recent INX3 event here in Indianapolis, which was a big success. InScope Medical, Jeffersonville. Talk about that. You attracted them. They moved across the river from Kentucky.
Yes, that's a great story. Maggie Galloway, a first-time entrepreneur and co-founder of a tech-enabled medical device companies. She and her co-founders originally based in Louisville, Kentucky, and they were looking at different opportunities in that general area in Jeffersonville. It turns out to be a good locale, and they were in conversation with us, and we were able to provide certain level of capital commitment that contribute to the decision to move across the state line.
Mike, in terms of the challenges, people talk about, and Scott Dorsey talked about it, that scale-up money, getting that kind of money here. What needs to be done to improve things?
Well, first of all, we don't have enough VC firms located here. So the number of firms that can actually write a several $million check, there just aren't very many. Allos Ventures has done a great job for quite a few years. Hyde Park has started to come into that space as well, but we need more. And that's why the Next Level Fund was so critical this year. It could help to fund those larger checks, and those VC firms is critically important. And so that's why some of the events over the course of the past week were critically important, because we brought in 75 venture capital firms and companies to the Winter Circle event from all around the country, 35 VC firms. They represent $16 billion in funds that they're investing right now, and that's critically important to get those funds into Indiana companies.
Ting and I, we were talking off camera a little earlier. The ideas are certainly important, the companies, the products, but the real magic is around that management talent, right?
Absolutely. That's actually, for me, the biggest benefit out of these recent success that we have from ExactTarget, from Angie's List, from Interactive Intelligence, it's the entrepreneurship team that have acquired certain growth and scale-up knowledge, and they're now coming out and joining or starting their own companies. Now have a with a strong track record to raise capital, lead venture-backed companies and be successful.
Yeah.
That's something we did not see 5 or 10 years ago.
Yes. All right, Mike Langelier from TechPoint, Ting Goody from Elevate Ventures. Thanks very much for some great perspective.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right. Well, thanks for watching Inside Indiana Business on YouTube. For the latest statewide business news, be sure to visit InsideIndianaBusiness.com and subscribe to our free daily e-newsletters by clicking on the link.